Hi guys, it's Kody, your usual Sunday rebel, but I'm filling in for Jen today. And today I'm actually in San Diego. I'm chilling at my aunt's house, so waiting for her to get home so we can just explore the city. So this worked out better because I will probably be busy on Sunday getting ready to leave. So today I'm going to be your Friday rebel. Now remember, we're having a query contest, so post your favorite line from your book in the comments here, and the Rebels and I will pick out the winner, and then we'll have a query critique from all of us. So that's exciting. Okay, now let's get on to the question and answers. Well, I remember telling stories a lot as a kid. I remember making up stuff and pretending I was writing even before I could spell. The first thing I really remember writing, though, I was 6 years old, and I remember doing a short story about a character named Molly. I don't remember what I called it, but about the character named Molly, and I illustrated it with little pictures and everything, and it was about how excited she was for her first day of school. And she had friends, and there was a boy she had a crush on, and all this stuff. And I was 6 when I did this, so I've decided that this means I was totally meant to write YA. I have a lot of favorite authors, but I guess my all-times are, of course, Jane Austen, but when it comes to YA, I would have to say J.K. Rowling, Sarah Destin, Laurie Halse Anderson. Big fan of Elizabeth Scott right now. Um, Cassandra Clare. Gosh, there's like so many I can't even pick. Um, but there's a lot of authors that I'm also really interested to see what they're going to come up with next, if they really appreciated their first books. So I think I have a lot of favorite authors, but yeah, those are the tops. If I could cast the Duff, I would definitely cast Ellen Page as Bianca, but who is my main character. I didn't really have an idea of who would play her in my head because I don't really have a clear image of Bianca. I avoided describing her a lot because I want every girl to feel like they're Bianca. But then I was watching Juno for like the millionth time after I finished writing the Duff, and it just clicked. Like Ellen Page is just how I see Bianca. Just kind of her personality and her quirks. So if I could cast it, Ellen Page would totally be Bianca because she could pull off the sarcastic parts, and she's funny and yet at the same time really adorable, and that's really important. I think she can make that kind of thing likable. I have written in both past and present tense. It's really funny. I used to hate present tense. I mean, hate it. Like, if I opened a book and it was present tense, I'd put it down. I wouldn't read it. But then, sometime last year, I really started liking it. Like, I don't know where it came from. I just really started liking present tense. Um, I think it was just that I read a few really good books that were written in present tense. There was Faking 19 by Alison Noel, and then Forest of Hands and Teeth, and so many others that I just started reading, and they were all in present tense, and I loved them. Now I really like present tense. I really like past tense too. I'm actually really fine with both, and I've now written in both. The Death is past tense, but a project worked on just recently, it was better in present tense. And I think both can be done badly and both can be done well. I think it really just comes down to what works for your story best. Some stories need to be told in past tense. Some stories need to be told in present tense. It's all figuring out where it works best for you. There's definitely not one better than the other. Um, with the Duff, I wrote the first draft, which was 53,000 words in a month and a half. I spent another, I would say about another half a month or so, or a month, revising it before I queried it. And then with my agent, we spent a couple weeks revising it, and then of course I spent a few months editing it with my editor. Um, so altogether, I started it on January 6th, 2009, and the final draft was finished in November of 2009. So, I guess that's almost a year, not quite. But first draft, month and a half. pretty much all my first drafts take me about that same amount of time. About a month and a half, a month, somewhere in there. I've always liked to be a writer. I've always wanted to be a writer when I was a kid. Like, I just wrote all the time, but I didn't think it would actually ever happen. My backup careers were not any more realistic. I thought, well, if I can't be a writer, I'll be an actress or the president. But I wanted to be a writer just because I enjoyed writing, and I've always enjoyed writing. I actually thought I was going to pursue film when I was in high school, but someone kind of just told me, what do you like most about film, the screenwriting part. So they kind of pointed out to me that I couldn't really do anything but be a writer, or at least do something in publishing. So I decided to major in writing, and then I wrote a book, and it wound up selling, and so I kind of became a writer before I expected to, which kind of goes back to the other part of the question, what made you want to write the Duff? And with the Duff, it actually started out as a joke. I had written another book that I had queried like 5 people with. I kind of knew that book wasn't going to work out, but it was a good experience. And then I heard the word Duff used in high school, and I didn't know what it meant, and I asked a friend, and they explained that it meant the designated ugly fat friend. And my first reaction was, ha ha ha, that's hilarious, and the second reaction was, wait a minute, that's me. And all my friends were like, no, I'm the Duff. And so I kind of was like, I should really write a book called The Duff, but when I write it, my main character, the quote-unquote Duff, is not going to be your typical fix her hair and take off her glasses character, and she's not going to be the sweetest person you've ever met, and it's not going to have that moral of, if you really get to know someone, they're really awesome, no matter what they look like. I kind of wanted my Duff to kind of be a little bit of a bitch. I wanted her to be a real person. I wanted her to be honest and be more than just a two-dimensional character. And but it was a joke. I never actually intended to write a book called The Duff. And then some things just fell into place. These characters, Bianca and Wesley, and this whole story hit me. And I didn't realize that they all fit into one storyline until later. And then I realized, wait a minute, this could all be for the Duff. So it was kind of a compilation of things that worked together. I heard the title, thought it was a great title, and then I wanted to write these characters that had come to me. So that's kind of how it is. Okay, guys, so it was really great seeing you this week, and I think Jen will be here later on this week. We just swapped days. I don't think you're missing her altogether. But keep us posted with your comments and with your sentences, and we'll have a query winner for you soon. So great, it was nice seeing you.